Hello again there everybody. I'd like to tell you about a little product I've been listening to for the past 5 or 6 months, and it's from a Korean brand called Ucotech. And the model that you see there in front of you is the ES-P3. As I say, I've been listening to these for the past 5 or 6 months or so, and I take these with me when I go for a walk in the evening to get a bit of exercise. I've been testing them with the very highly acclaimed Orn M1P digital file player. As I say, these were sent to me from the Korean brand, who aren't particularly well known, but they do make excellent, highly affordable earphones. And the model that I've got there in front of you is the ES-P3. Now I'm going to be brutally honest here, because when I first tried these on, I found them slightly uncomfortable. Even though they come with these sort of rubber rings to put on the ES-P3s, you get 3 sizes. You get small, medium and large. And you also get some kind of thin foam ear pads to put over the ES-P3s. However, as I said, I found them uncomfortable. I was more used to having in-ear monitors, the ones that sit in the sort of ear canal. But the ES-P3s are different because these are earbuds, and these sort of sit, or should I say perch, on your ears. And to me at first it was a little bit of a strange sensation. I kind of found them rather uncomfortable. I tried the different rings, I tried the foam, I tried the rubber, but I wasn't really satisfied with how they felt. Again, as I said, I found them slightly uncomfortable. So I got in contact with Ucotech and asked them what they suggested. And they actually told me that they didn't bother with the rings at all and just wore them bare. So this is how I proceeded to test the ES-P3s. I didn't put no rings or foam covers on them at all. But again, at first, I think because I wasn't kind of used to this type of earbud, I still find them slightly uncomfortable until I sort of became more accustomed to sort of having something perching on my ear instead of sitting within the ear canal. You'll also notice that the cable that comes with the earbuds is extremely high quality. It's beautifully built. It's an absolutely gorgeous looking cable, I must say that. But again, even though the cable's beautiful, it's slightly heavy, I would say. It's a little bit, it pulls. It tends to pull a little bit on the earbuds when you've got them in your ear. As I say, as nice as the cable is and as beautiful it is as it's been constructed, I think personally I would have preferred a sort of a slightly lighter cable, because as I say, I find the cable slightly too heavy for the ES-P3, and I find it kind of pulls a little bit on your earbuds. Also, the first thing that strikes you about the ES-P3 compared to earbuds is a lack of bass. When I first put them on, I was sort of quite taken aback and was thinking to myself, goodness me, where's the bass gone? There was very, very little bass to these earbuds. So I really wasn't that convinced about them when they first arrived. I'm really sounding quite negative about them here, aren't I? They're heavy, they're uncomfortable, and they've got no bass. But I endured on with them, and I think enduring with them has paid off, because even though, as I say, there are a few negatives about these earbuds, there's also a lot of very, very good things about these earbuds I'd like to tell you about. Firstly, the construction quality on these is absolutely exceptional. Just like the rest of the Ucotech range, the build quality is first rate, and of these, if you can see them just there, it's made of fully metal enclosure, and they're very, very strong, and they look like they're earbuds that are going to last you for a very long time. So I'll give them a 10 out of 10 for the construction. Probably look a little bit dirty there where they've been sitting in my earlobes for the past 6 months or so. But again, these are earbuds that are going to last you a very long time. Exceptionally well built. But the main thing we want to know about is the sound. As I say, I'm very subjective. So these are just my subjective opinions on how I find personally how these earbuds sound. As I say, the first thing that really stands out about these earbuds is the lack of bass. So if you're into sort of dub, reggae, hip hop, soul, funk, anything that's got a lot of bass in it, then I probably really wouldn't recommend these type of earbuds for you. But however, the stereo separation on these earbuds is absolutely amazing. It really is a joy listening to these. The space between each instrument is quite remarkable. There's superb separation of the instruments. There's a superb sound stage. There's superb separation between the left channel and the right channel. It's very, very airy. The vocals are very natural sounding. It's a very organic sounding earbud. The treble also is beautifully extended and very non-fatiguing. So if you're not that fussed about the bass, the rest of the frequency range on these earbuds is exceptional. Maybe slightly laid back in the mids, but again I say it's so natural sounding and so airy, so light, so spacious. They really are great to listen to in that regards. So if you like vocals, light pop type of thing, classical, jazz, I think these earbuds will suit you down to the T. So as I say, there are a couple of negatives regarding these earbuds, so you do have to bear those negatives in mind. But if you can see past those negatives that I mentioned and look at the positives, of which there are many, these are an exceptional pair of earbuds. You do eventually get used to how they feel in your ear. As I say, I think it was just because it was something different and my ears were sort of used to having something inside them instead of perching on them. But as I say, you do get used to how they sit and perch on your ears. You soon forget about it and you just eventually start enjoying the lovely airy spacious sound that these earbuds manage to create. They really are lovely, sort of bass, mid, upwards kind of thing. If you just take the mid range and the treble, they are lovely to listen to. So there you go. They're the Ucotech ES-P3 earbuds, and we've currently got them for you to enjoy at Eden Audio. So pop along and see the Ucotech range for yourself. Thanks a lot everyone, take care and thanks for watching.